Hi, and welcome to the 60s. In my audio, you will learn a bit more of what happened to the American music industry of this decade. Since the beginning, teenagers were the ones who listened to pop music most often. So, obviously, when the transistor radio was first introduced in the 60s, it became way more easier to transport music wherever they wanted to. And so, pop music was traveling all over the country and later all over the globe. At first, bands like the Beach Boys were playing some traditional pop song layered with some surf rock rhythm. They became known for this style of rock music. The Beach Boys was one of the few American bands to have been able to compete musically with British bands of the same period. But around 1962, new sounds came from across the Atlantic. The real pop music from the 60s came from England with the Beatlemania and the British invasion into the American charts, which have made bands, rock and pop music to the US more popular. The mix of beats, rock and pop ballad from the British groups took over American pop charts. After that, groups started to rise all over the country. Jimi Hendrix popularized electric guitar, and the Animals, thanks to their song The House of the Rising Sun, made all the teenagers want to buy one. Following this British invasion, the pop genre was no longer something defined by American solo pop artists from the 50s. The rock and roll from the 50s was gradually overtaken by pop rock, psychedelic rock, blues rock, and folk rock. These styles of rock became very popular. Despite all that, some of the biggest American artists survived this incredible change, especially people like Elvis Presley, the Beach Boys, and others. It's not surprising since they invented popular music, but they had to follow the trend, so groups as the Byrds appeared. Now that bands were introduced, pop was turning into a subgenre that included bubblegum pop, which directly targeted a teen audience, and baroque pop, which blended pop, rock, and baroque music together. This subgenre of pop appeared toward the end of the 60s, but ended in the 70s. Thank you for listening to my audio. If you want to listen to American music from the 60s, go check out my Spotify playlist.